morning, everybody. My name is Carla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross-stitch, but also other crafts that I enjoy, and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is FlossTube number 225. It is Sunday, January 21st. Welcome to all of you. If this is your first time finding my channel, I hope that you like what you see. Want to hit like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. I'm laughing because, of course, I started talking, and who's over here? Who's over here making noises? It is the Bagheera, of course, because I can't start my video without him wanting to get in the act. He really just wants to come over here to say hi and then go and stretch out on my bed. Yeah, see? Just wants to make himself known because, you know, if I'm not paying attention to him, then he needs to make sure that I know that he still exists. So, again, welcome. If this is your first time finding my channel, that was Bagheera, my black cat. He shows up, I would say, in at least half of my videos, because otherwise he comes over and makes a nuisance of himself if I don't pick him up. And if I do pick him up, then he goes away. If this is not your first time finding my channel, then you're very, very familiar with Bagheera, and thank you so much for coming back and spending this time with me. So I have a lot of stuff to show you today, but I have to be honest, I've been fighting a cold this weekend and in a little bit of emotional stuff. So I mean, it hasn't affected my stitching or my crafting that much, but, you know, but just keep that in mind. Friday, I woke up and I had a really scratchy throat. Not, like, super painful, but just really scratchy throat. And I just felt all day like I was coming down with something. And when I got home Friday night, just didn't feel well. And I pretty much was a sloth yesterday. I mean, I got up and I did a few chores and stitched a little bit, and you know, I did some stuff yesterday, but not really. I spent most of my time, I took a very, very long nap, which was very needed. So consequently, I didn't like work on the little golden books or anything like that. Also, my mom's, the anniversary of my mom's passing is coming up next week, and I just think, like, internally, I'm just very aware of it. I've been missing her a lot. I still don't have my car, which is just causing me stress. I mean, it is being worked on. I talked to my mechanic Friday, and he said he was trying, really hoping to get it done by the end of this weekend. So hopefully I will have it. But it's just causing me a lot of stress because, you know, it's just another thing to worry about. Like, how, you know, is somebody gonna pick me up, or do I need to schedule a lift? And, you know, and then lift costs money, and, you know, all of this stuff that just, you know, like, I don't need more stress, you know, in my life. So yeah, so I've just been kind of in a semi-weird headspace all week, and I'm trying not to be that way. I'm trying to be upbeat and, you know, feel my feelings, but not dwell in my feelings, if that makes any sense. So yeah, you know, I plug through. I use crafting to kind of just mellow me out, which works mostly. Again, Friday I didn't feel well, so I didn't stitch Friday. I crocheted instead. And let's see. I haven't scheduled a Zoom yet, and I mean, we're getting towards the end of the month, so I don't think, I mean, I thought about it, and I'm like, well, I could schedule one next weekend, but really, I've found that if I do that and I don't give enough lead time, then I don't have really hardly anybody showing up on it. So, and for some reason, I know this makes absolutely no sense. I know it makes no sense. I feel like I can't schedule Zoom until I have my car back, because it just makes me feel like up in the air. Like, you know, like, I don't know. So when I get my car back, then I can schedule Zoom. I have my last D&D game scheduled with my brother and nephew on the 11th of February, which is my brother's anniversary. So I reminded him, made sure that was okay. But actually, Stacy is not going to be in town because she and Reagan are going to be at a cheer tournament that weekend. So it's all perfect. And then, oh, there was something else I was going to bring up. Oh, Logan's birthday is coming up on the 28th. So I'm working on his present. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to him on time, partly because of the fact that it's like a 3-dimensional thing. I have to put it in a box and take it to the post office, and I can't do that until I have a car. So if I get my car back early in this week, then maybe I can take it and it'll get there by his birthday. If not, it's going to be late, which I feel really bad about, but you know, I can only do what I can do. So yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of like preamble stuff to talk to you about, which for a lot of you, they may be going, yay, you're not spending all this time talking about nothing and not showing us anything. But I did FFO my 2 ATCs. Oh, that's a lot of ABC stuff. My 2 artist trading cards that I am entering into the swap with Laura Stitching at the Shore. I did FFO them. I finished them. They look really cute. I did not save them to show you guys because I figured, you know, I wanted to get them in the mail to Laura to get there on time. And in addition, she does a great video where she shows all of them. So if you guys are interested in seeing what I did, watch her video when it comes out. I did 2. I mean, I showed you guys they weren't finished, but I showed you the stitching. And basically wrote a note to Laura that I wanted to put 1 into the swap and 1 was for her, and then she can pick which one. 1 was like tea themed and 1 was book themed, and I know that both of those things are things that she really likes, so you know, she can pick which one she wants to keep, and then whether she swaps with me or not doesn't matter, but then the other one will go into the swap. So that was kind of exciting. I wish I'd taken a picture of it. You know, I didn't. Okay. So let me show you, I finished on Logan's gift. I finished all the triangles, and then I put the, oh dear. Okay, I put the numbers on all of them. So you can kind of see. I just put them in this little tray so that when I was doing the paint, and then on the 1, the reason that it has these dots is because I figured that one's going to be on the bottom, and that would give it kind of like feet to stand on. The 20 is going to be at the top, and that's the one that I'm going to hinge as a box lid somehow. So yeah, so I just still need to stitch these together into the 20-sided die, and then I guess it's done. I'm trying to decide if I should line, like use sticky buck felt to line the backs, which I don't know. My problem is I'm afraid if I do that, it's not gonna stay, like it's not gonna stick good. So I don't know, I still have to think about it. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and get this sewn together today. And yeah, I think it's gonna be cute. I don't know if it's like as perfect as I would want it to be, but I don't know. It is what it is. I can't, perfection shouldn't be a goal, right? Let's see, where can I put that so it's not gonna get light? Okay. I also worked a little bit on my diamond painting wreath thing for my door again this week. I just worked on it one evening, and I got 2 more of the colors finished, and now I'm down to just the 2 largest colors, the 2 pinks. So hopefully I will get that done soon. It's just a matter of seriously just sitting down and doing it, but you know, I have to be in the mood. As I said on Friday, I was not feeling very well, and I did not feel like, I didn't have the mental energy to stitch. So this crochet shrug that I'm doing is, well, they call it cocoon cardigan, so cardigan shrug, whatever, is very easy, doesn't require a lot of brain power, so I got quite a bit more done on it. I think I did like another, like that much. So here's where I am. which I know it's like not super exciting to show you guys because it's like, you know, basically you're just seeing it grow, but I think it's so pretty and vibrant and oh, squishy, and it's going to be so nice to wear it when it's done. So this is my third ball, so that's where I am on that, and then I think it's going to take one more to get it to the right length. And then I just need to figure out how to sew it into the shrug. And then this one does have a, why does that seem like there's a, oh, it's just a buzz. No, it looks like there's a dark spot when I look at it in, oh, it's just, it's the way that the dye, I don't know, on the camera it comes up as like this weird dark spot. In person you can barely see that there's a difference in the, it's where like the dye was changing. Oh, this one has, you crochet around like the armholes. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Oops. But I'm enjoy working on this. It's kind of relaxing, and the pattern is easy enough that like I don't even really need to think about it. If I throw this, I'm gonna land on the cat, aren't I? Yes. Okay. I don't want to do that. I don't want to land on my kitty. Okay. So that is all of the other stuff besides my stitching. So let's get into that right now. Okay, so I worked on 6 of my January projects, and I did again use my little decision wheel and pretty much pay attention to what it said. The first thing I did was Kitty Magic, which is artwork by Katerina Kukiadis. Heaven and Earth Designs is the chart company, and this is Quick Stitch Kitty Magic. And it is a quick stitch, but it's not that small. This one is 375 by 335. So, you know, we're not talking a dinky pattern here. Which is partly why I'm still in the background, basically. My big white triangle that it's hard to see on camera, I know. But it is starting to get a little bit, like, you can see like the darker light grays coming in. So I think I'm like two or three diagonals away from like the dark stitches of the cat. So, you know, it's coming. It's not super exciting to look at yet. To be honest, it's not super exciting to stitch on yet. But I'm still plugging along. This is partly why I do like my theme months, because, you know, it's gotten 2 or 3 days of good solid stitching so far this year. And if I don't feel like picking it up again, it's still got 2 or 3 days of good solid stitching this year, if that makes sense. Okay, I also worked on my mini flower kitty. This one is fun to work on, exciting to work on. This is artwork by Jeremiah Kentner, and again, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is a mini flower kitty, and this is 225 by 225. So still not like teeny, but and did some more on the diagonal. This one, I love working on this one. It does not go fast. And, you know, first of all, I'm not a fast stitcher in any sense of the word. But when I'm stitching on full coverage and I'm stitching with parking and everything like that, I am not fast. And this one, because it is a mini, there is a lot of confetti, and it doesn't go fast. But because of all the colors and just, you know, it's very enjoyable to stitch on. So. And honestly, you know, the speed thing, it's like there are times when, yes, I want to get a project done. I don't think I want to have, you know, I'm at a comfortable level of whips. I don't want to get too many more. I'm not so strict in that it's going to stop me from starting things, but I do want to make progress on things. But I am not in any rush for really any of these patterns. Okay. I worked on my little birch cat collage. This is a Design Works kit. Is it Design Works? Yeah, Design Works. Cat collage by Little Birch. Do not be fooled by the vibrant picture because the flosses are not as vibrant. But it still is enjoyable and fun, and you still have all of these fantastic Laurel Birch weirdo cats. So I finished this one and I finished this one, and I think I'm going to move the project over and go over this way, because the way that the pattern is, it's 2 pages, and so I think I just want to continue on the top paper and then I'll move down to the bottom, I think. Yeah. So I think this is really cute. And it's fun. I mean, all of the rainbow colors and stuff. I mean, I still wish it was as vibrant as the picture, but it's okay. And this project, I consider it like it was a gift, because my friend Dawn Frisch sent me a gift card at the holidays, and that's what I used to get this chart. So okay. And obviously I like Little Birch because okay, so this is Mill Hill Pomegranate. It's a buttons and beads kit. And this came out of the inactive pile this year. I think I put in the inactive pile. I just wasn't interested in work on it last year, and there was a mistake. So, which I just didn't want to deal with. So when I pulled it out this year, I fixed the mistake. I got it back on track, and we're all good. And now I'm enjoying it again. And I'm really excited actually to get into the beading of this, because I just think those red beads, like, I love pomegranates, and the aerials, I guess is what they're called. They look like jewels to me anyway. Jewels or beads inside the pomegranate. So I think it's going to look really, really cool to have the beading on this. Is right there sleeping, and he's snoring so loud. I'm surprised you guys can't hear him. Okay. I worked on my mini solar system. This is adapted from artwork by Adrian Chesterman, and this is Artisy. This one is super fun to work on. So I finished, I had to finish the diagonal down here. I had a mistake, as I told you guys last time, I had a mistake, but it doesn't matter because it's just, there's so many colors and confetti in there. It doesn't matter. So I'm back on track, and then I went back up and worked again up there. Almost finished with that little blue planet. I just think the depth of this is just amazing. So this one is fun to work on. And this one actually is not that big. This is 200 by 139. So I feel like, I mean, not like it's small, but you know, it will get done in a relatively short time frame, you know, short for a full coverage. And then last but not least, I worked on kitty litter, which is a Dimensions Gold chart. Love this pattern in all of its weirdness. Doing it 100% with all the kit stuff, all the kit flosses, the stiff kit fabric. And I got most of the stitches done for this second kitty, except for just a few in his ear here. Put in a few of the back stitches, not all of them, but just enough to kind of give him his face. And started working a little bit in the basket. So now the decision is, do I go over? This chart is 3 pieces, and so I'm working on the middle section. And the way I work on it, it's like folded in half, so there's kind of like a top and a bottom, but I will flip them. So of course I have more to go up and more to come down in the middle section, and then let me see. So the middle section will go through like this kitty. I don't know if the whole one. So I'm kind of, you know, so it's like that is the middle section. And I've done this. So I could go down and work on that ball of yarn. Yeah, I think that I want to, you know, kind of go up and down. Maybe do this, or, you know, maybe start on this kitty as well, but there's another really big kitty. That's a big kitty right there. But I think I want to make sure that I don't leave all of like the background stuff, you know, to the end and only work on the kitties because they're more fun or whatever thing. But I think, yeah, I think next time I pull it out, I will work some more on going up and going down. Definitely, you know, this background is 4 strands, I think. It's hard to work on. I have to use a bigger needle. Just because otherwise I can't pull it through. This is already stiff fabric and a little bit hard to work with. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely finish this whole section before I move right or left. But it's fun to do a kitty like this, and then kind of like I color complete the kitty, I guess. And you know, and then all of a sudden it comes to life. First it's just a bunch of colors, and then all of a sudden it's a kitty head. So so that is all of my stitching for this week. But I do have quite a bit of stuff to show you regarding like haul and plans and okay. So my big purchase, if you want to call it that, is I was on eBay and I was looking for this specific book and wanting it cheap, and I ended up finding a pretty inexpensive copy of Cross-Stitch for the Soul by Emma Condon. I love the stuff in here. I don't necessarily want to stitch all of it. There's one thing I for sure want to stitch, and then other stuff maybe when the mood strikes me. But the one that I really actually want to stitch is the When Life Gives You Lemons. And I've always liked this saying, and I really like the way that looks. I like the purple with the green and the blue, and so yeah. So I got this book, and while I was on there, it was like, you know, free shipping, and this was, I got it for like, I want to say I got it for like $8 or $9, and it's like, it sells for like double that if you get a new copy. So anyway, I got 4 craft books, and I spent a total of $30. So eBay is a great resource if you just want to get some books, right? So I got this one, which I'm excited about. Then I saw this, and I didn't realize it was like this little thing, but I still think it was worth it. Although original price was like, what? Well, yeah, I got it less for the original price. So this is, it was Search Press 20 to make, but this one is mini cross stitch Michael Powell. So I've never stitched a Michael Powell. I've seen a lot of people who have, and just, you know, maybe we'll see the chart, but you know, they're just these little, I mean, it's a very distinctive style. Oh, you know what? I can show you the, I thought there was a page that showed everything. Hold on. No, maybe not. But the, you know, the Michael Powell style is very specific, but these are all little ones, and I like that purple house one. I just really like, I like all of these, you know, and some of them are like silly little stitches, but some of them I think would be really fun. I like Orange Tree at Sunset. There's a couple borders in here, so you could, of course, extend it and make it a whole border thing. Hearts in a tall glass. I mean, that's just, I don't know, I like that. It would actually be cute as like a bookmark or something. So, yes, all of these, very Michael Powell. There's a couple like holiday type ones if you celebrate Christmas. That's a Christmas tree. So yeah, so that was the second book I got. And then I got a Crochet Wraps book. These things seem a bit, a bit advanced for where I'm at this point. And there's some different techniques in here. So it has regular crochet, but then it also has Tunisian crochet, which I'm not necessarily interested in learning. Hairpin lace, which I looked on Amazon because I was curious, and you can get a little hairpin lace loom very inexpensive, like under $10. So, and there's instructions on how to do it. So it's like regular crochet, and then you got hairpin lace inside it, or alternating. And then the one that I was actually really interested in is broomstick lace. So let me see if I can find. broomstick lace. This is broomstick lace. And I like this one. This seems like the easiest, but I do like it. And so basically, I guess you do like regular crochet, and then you pull your stitches on. So this is hairpin lace. You use this little loom thing, and then broomstick lace. So you do like a foundation row or whatever, and then you pull your stitches and you pull them over like a super large knitting needle, which again I can get on Amazon, and you know, crochet from there. So anyway, it's a technique, obviously. I thought this is really cool, and I don't know if I'm ready for any of that. I mean, the stuff I'm doing is pretty simple, and these are a little bit more advanced, but you know, I'm always up for experimenting. And then the last book I got, Crosstitch Wit and Wisdom by Joan Elliot. And, you know, I'm really enjoying the Joan Elliot that I'm stitching. These, I don't know, they're a little bit sort of 80s cutesy for me, but, you know, but there's some cute, like, catnapping, do not disturb. Catitude is everything. Picture this one. A house. This is really pretty. So those are cat ones, and then there's Chinese proverbs. I mean, these are really pretty. This one, I really like this actually. I don't know if I like the words, but you know, you can always change words. It says, keep a green bow in your heart, and the singing bird will come. I don't know if I would want the words, but then there's like these teen charts, which actually are pretty funny, but yeah. So it's all like sort of like these sayings and stuff. And I mean, honestly, I don't know if I'll ever stitch anything out of it, but I like the book. So that was my big eBay purchase. And then I got those, I think they arrived yesterday, and I went back on to, and I found 2 more books for, I think $5 each. So I bought those, but they won't be here for a couple weeks because books take a long time to arrive. Okay, what else did I get? Oh, I told you I had ordered this last week, and it did come. It's the 3rd window, Jiffy Stitchery. This is the hummingbird window to go with my poppy window and my sunset window. So the only one that I'm missing now is the dragonfly. So I'll keep an eye out for it. And again, I don't know if I'm going to stitch those or not. But I am happy to have them. I don't 100% subscribe to the, you know, collecting of patterns kind of thing. There's nothing wrong if you feel like you are a collector, but I try not to do that. But those were just so nostalgic for me that I just really wanted to possess them. And then I'll think about stitching them. The other thing that I found this week, which was a $3 find, although I think that I paid for it twice because I didn't click my buttons right on Etsy. But I found this little chart that I'm going to stitch as my gift exchange for the one retreat I'm going to in November, which is the When You Wish Upon a Stitch retreat. So it's kind of Disney themed because it's right by Disney. I live right by Disney. For those of you that don't know, I'm like 5 minutes from Disneyland. I hear the fireworks every night. But anyway, I found this, which is one of my favorite, you know, moments at Disneyland, is the Haunted Mansion and the stretching room, and this is my favorite one. And I mean, it's not detailed at all because it is so small, but I still think it's really cute. And I think I'm going to stitch it. Now, I thought about doing it really like tiny, like doing it on 20 count or something, and stitching it with Silky so it's tiny. I might still do that, but I also, if I just want to use 14 count, I have this, and then I wouldn't have to actually even stitch like the background stitches. And even on 14 count, I mean, it's like less than 5 inches tall. So yeah, so I don't know what I'll do with it. I guess I could make it into a little pillow, or I could, I don't know how I will display it, but that doesn't have to be done for so long. I think I'm going to start it, March, I think, is my Fancy Folk. I think that's when I do Fancy Folk, and I will add her to the Fancy Folk. And I'm sure I'll get her done fairly quickly. Okay, so that's everything that I kind of acquired. Plans, I showed you guys this last week, my dandelions that I want to start next month. And we were talking about fabric. I went into my stash and I found a piece of, 25 count, Opal Lugana. What's this called? Sky? I think it's just called Sky. Yeah. This is by Stitch Me. I don't know where I got this. I don't know if I bought this or if somebody gifted this to me. I think somebody gifted this to me. I'm almost sure that this was a gift. And it's gorgeous. But, you know, it's 25 count. And I've been kind of like, well, what do I stitch on 25 count? And do I stitch 1 over 1 or 2 over 1 on 25 count? Or do I stitch over 2 on 25 count? I'm not sure. And I'm still not sure. But I do know that the dandelions would look great on this. All the colors are going to look fantastic on the blue. And I'm thinking I'm going to do it over 2. Which is actually going to make it bigger than it would be on 14 count, right? But, yeah. So I'll have to like do my calculations to make sure it would fit. I mean, it's a pretty big piece, so I don't think it will be a problem. Because what's the label? It is 18 by 27. So I think that it would still fit no problem, even on the 25 count, but I think this is going to be like the perfect color. And then I don't have to dye it myself. I don't have to worry about it. I will just use this. So that I am excited about starting. And so then I don't have to dye this. I got some white opalescent. Can you see the opalescent? I don't even know what count this is because I got it from like a grab bag kind of thing. But for dyeing purposes, but I don't need to for this now. So February florals, I'm gonna have to pull all my projects. We talked about me doing this Riolis, and I did dye this fabric for it. This is the piece of Aida that came with it that I dyed. And someone said that they thought it would look really good on this piece, but I think this has a lot more pink in it than this one does. I don't think I want to cut down this piece. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think that it would be better to do it on the one that has more pinks in it? So those, or do you think that I should stick with the one that's more orangey yellow? And it's for this, for purple allium. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, I dyed both of them, so, but this is the actual size piece that came with it. And this I would be having to cut into this big piece, which I mean is doable. I mean, it's not like I couldn't, but I think the person that mentioned it thought that like the purple or the area that has more pink and stuff in it would look really good. So possibly. So I have to make that decision before we switch over months. And then I need to pull all the rest of my floral pieces. So I think that is it pretty much. Plans for today. I'll be honest, as I've been talking, my throat is feeling a little scratchy again. Not feeling 100% great. I haven't eaten yet today, so I need to eat something. Yesterday, I didn't film it, but it is something that I will need to add to my counter cooking video repertoire. Eventually, I made Instant Pot. I made French onion soup in the Instant Pot, and it turned out so good. The Instant Pot makes it super easy to caramelize the onions and using the saute function. And then, you know, you basically throw in beef broth and some spices and stuff. And I think you cook it for, 5 minutes, which of course is longer than that because it takes however long to come up to pressure, and then it cooks for 5 minutes. And then I just let it release the entire time. I mean, they said to let it release at least for 15 minutes. I just let it go for like 30-40 minutes before I ate it. And then I had some sourdough bread. I didn't make like the thick toast, but I just made some sourdough bread. I toasted it in my toaster oven with Swiss cheese on top, and then just cut it in half and then put it in the bowl. You know, I didn't broil it with the soup on top. I just did the toast by themselves and put it in. It was delicious. And I, made enough for 2.5 meals. So I had it last night for dinner. I have it in the fridge. I don't know if I'm going to actually eat it today. If I don't, then I have to put it in the freezer because I definitely don't want it to go to waste, but it was really good. So highly recommend. I also have plans to make some shredded chicken today and have like a barbecue chicken with coleslaw, like little sandwich. So we'll see if I have the energy to do that or if I'm just gonna heat up the soup, which is good too, right? Yeah, and so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of stitching today, maybe a little bit of napping. I definitely need to knock whatever cold is in my system out before I have to go to work tomorrow. And then on we go. So my boss is back. So we're getting back into the groove with clients and stuff like that. We have a couple people coming in next week and starting the year off fresh, doing reviews and everything with clients. So I don't want to be feeling sick tomorrow. So if that means I need to rest all day today, then that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I think that is it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And I will look at the calendar and get a Zoom scheduled as soon as possible. Keep an eye out because I do post it as soon as I schedule it. Now I think I've done it as a reoccurring meeting, so I don't actually need to schedule it like on Zoom. I can just go in and start it. But I need to schedule it for my brain and schedule it so that you guys know when it is, so I'm not on there by myself. But I will try and do that. As far as the little golden books, I know that those of you that are waiting for them are anxious to get them, and I will get to them as soon as I can. I just didn't have energy yesterday, so please forgive me. It does take, I have to be in the right headspace to do that, and then I have to figure out packing them and shipping them. And again, I can't take them to the post office until I have a car. So that's slowing me down a tiny bit. But you will get them. You will get them, I promise. And hopefully they will be fantastic when you get them and it'll be worth the wait. Anyway, I know I'm just rambling, which is what I tend to do, right? So until I see you guys again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Karla. Bye-bye.